I'm so glad I remembered to check my sound and it was off, man. I looked and I was like, oh, it's off. So I hope you guys can hear me. I'm assuming that you can. And let's go ahead and start the show. Nick the Stick was first, but Michael Haskey was messaging over there on the Twitter. He's ready too. We got Bitter, we got Orca, we got Crisby. All right, let's go live, guys. Let's do it. Let's do the show.
Prepare yourself.
Hello, everybody.
Prepare
Hello. So glad you guys are all here. Yes.
Prepare
Yes. We are live. Ben Roach. Hey, Ben. I didn't schedule a live stream. Holy moly. Killer BTV. Hey, buddy. Nay, close enough. Oh. Now we all know. Great. Hey, Tula. Steve. What's up? Bonza, Billy. But I did? I don't know how that happened. Huh. Hello, Trendies! Trending everybody in live from Orlando, Florida, home of Trendy House Albums and all things trendy. When find media, hashtag Trendies on all forums, sources, and social media, especially rumble.com/user/Nays Garden. Check us out over there. They give us free speech. It's the Ox Project for Orlando, Florida. Yes, the things are said. The words have been spoken. Yes. I bleed for you. What? I love it. So hello, everybody. That was the Ox Project from Orlando, Florida. One of my favorite bands of all time. Rumble is popping lately. Congrats on the increased viewers. Why not talk about it? It only happens if you show up, Taco. It only works when you show up. So I need each and every one of you to believe in that and to keep coming back to these shows, man. And that's what makes it what it is. So thank you. It's not that much, but I'll take the little that I have, and I'm very happy. I'm very humbled in my little corner of the internet with my little tiny audience. And I'm more than happy to entertain this small handful of audience members that do find appreciation in my truth, that do find the entertainment value in it, that aren't so easily offended, that aren't little cream puffs who can't handle a curse word, or me calling a woman a cunt who's acting like a fucking cunt. You know, I'm sorry if you think that's offensive that I call a woman a cunt. I'll call Joe Biden a cunt. I'll call Donald Trump a cunt. I'll call every fucking politician a cunt. I'm not sexist. That is the word that needs to be used to speak about most of the people that we talk about on this show. So there's a lot of cunts out there, and I cover them, you know. So if little vocalizations don't offend your little brain inside your ears, then we're all gonna get along great. It's just a vocalization, it's just a word. And, you know, then when someone's like, you called a woman the C word, you're disgusting. I'm just like, yeah, your mom's a fucking cunt too, bitch. She raised your little fucking fat ass. You know, why don't you sit the fuck down, you fucking cunt, you son of a cunt. Fuck you. You know, it's like people get so offended over a fucking word, and I'm like, too goddamn bad. You might be watching the wrong channel. But if this doesn't bother you, then you're watching the right channel. And I love that you're here. So thank you. I'm in one of my moods today. Might be a little sparks flying, but everybody should walk out of this with all of their limbs intact. Okay? All right. I was up last night at 1, from 1 to 4, man. I just woke up and boom, I could not close my eyes. So I was up for 4 hours in the middle of the night. I was tweeting, and some of you guys might know that. Yeah, I was fucking, dude, my brain was zzz. So, Karen, hello. Drew, hello, Drew. Taco. Craig Allen OG. Killer BTV. Billy. Trump, cunt. Trump, cunt. Trump, cunt. Trumpicant. I like Trumpicana. Trumpicunta. Trumpicunta. Is that what you came up with? Trumpicunta? They're all cunts. And it's okay. And if that offends you, it's okay too that offends you. You're watching the wrong show. And I'll just tell you right now, you're watching the wrong show. You know? Go watch someone polite. That's not me. I'm not polite. I'm rough. I'm gritty. I'm vulgar, but with all of that, I'm truthful. And you will get an unbiased perspective that you're not going to get from anybody else on the internet. I've never found anyone who can keep it as real as me. And when you find that person, I will submit all of my accolades. I will put them up on the highest pedestal when I find that person. But someone's going to have to look really hard to find someone who keeps it as real as me. Because I don't care who you bring up, I will find the narrative that they tote, and I will find the shit that they refuse to talk about. You know, there's basically one thing I don't like to talk about on this show. Just blanket terms. Most of you found out the hard way. It's not up for discussion here. And that's my personal choice. It's my fucking show. I do what the fuck I want. But that topic is left for other people, not for this show. Everything else is on the fucking table. And you guys know that. The reason we don't talk about that is because it'll get me in trouble. And then I get to see all the perverts in my fucking audience. And I really don't want to know. I don't want to know. It happened once or twice, and I'm like, you know what? You guys keep that shit to yourself. We're not even going to bring it up ever again. So, that's the one thing, man. You know, you just don't talk about that. Don't talk about abusing kids. That's it. That's the one thing we don't talk about on the show. It's not for us. We're not experts, and it's not for us to talk about. We don't need to trigger anybody. You know? I need to make 2024 count trying to do big things, banging strains, and makes lots of money. Yeah. Right, Killer BTV? Nose to the grindstone, man. I know what's up. You know, it's hard work to not play a narrative. Because you want to remain friends with people who can lift you up, right? And if you want Jimmy Dore to lift you up, well, then you have to act like masks. There's no science behind masks. That's what you have to pretend to be. You have to pretend that John Campbell is a legitimate source of information. He's not. He's a fucking charlatan and a fucking hack. He's a hack job. He's a cunt. You can't, act like Robert Malone is some kind of a fucking, the bringer of all truth, because he helped work on mRNA vaccines, and that's all he did. He didn't invent them, and he's definitely not an expert on them, because he always says the wrong shit about them, and yet Jimmy Dore loves to have that guy's information disseminated all over his show. And Kit loves to fucking, suck Jimmy Dore's dick and will hop right on the bandwagon with him to get those, whatever. When Jimmy Dore got to the point that I couldn't explain my way out of his fucking narrative, I had to walk away. I thought he was keeping it real. And, he'd make a mistake here, he'd make a mistake there. And then eventually it became this whole train, of mistake after mistake after mistake. And, the fucking engine pulling it all was Jimmy Dore's fucking stupid face. Right on the front. Representing. And I finally said, Billy Valentine was right. After all these years, he was telling me Jimmy Dore is a piece of shit. I don't trust him because he colors his hair. That's what Billy told me. He said, never trust a man who colors his hair. He warned me. And I was like, oh, you're so funny, Billy. No, Billy was totally fucking right. Never trust a man who colors his hair, everybody. It was right. He was totally dead on right. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kit Cabella's coloring his hair too. I'm just saying, there's something about that dye that seeps into the brain cells, man. And it turns you into a narrative cunt. So understand my surprise this morning. I've been riding Kit Cabella's fucking ass for, a whole week now. You're dragging him through the mud, letting everybody know that he's a misinformant and a fucking liar. Right? And anybody who wants to associate with Jimmy Dore, associate themselves with Jimmy Dore, basically, if you want to be his friend, you're going to have to tote those lies along with you. Right? So that's your card, man. That's your fucking red flag right there. Oh, you're on Jimmy Dore show all the time. You guys are buddies. I don't even have to watch your fucking content to know what you're full of. But I did watch his content, and I do know that he's full of shit. And I do know that he's not a news source. And I do know that he's not media outlet. And just because he's got a poster behind him when he broadcasts doesn't mean dick. I call him broken lens media. Cracked lens media. Anyway. Billy was right. Yeah, Billy was right. Hey, Randy. JD is really big right winger. He is playing both sides, man, as much as he can. And there's a narrative there. Whatever his narrative is for whoever the fuck's balls he's toting around on that day, whoever's balls he's polishing that day, he's got more narrative than I've got hair falling out of my head, Fuck Jimmy Dore, says Trendy Organ. Oh, your uncle said never trust a man who colors his hair when you were 10 years old? That's a life lesson, bro. That's a life lesson to bring along with you. Oh, yeah. Never trust a man who colors his hair. I love it. Because you're a liar. You're a fucking liar. You're not proud of your experiences. You're not proud of your life that you lived, and the gray shows it. The experience, the knowledge you've gained, the years you've put in. You're not proud of that? You must have lived a shitty life if you color your hair. You had plenty of time to have colored hair when you were younger to get all that shit sorted out. Now you gotta age gracefully, you fucking cunt. Age gracefully. You can't because you're carrying a narrative. You're a fucking liar. You're misrepresenting the facts of who you are. And if you're misrepresenting that, then you're misrepresenting everything because nothing matters to you. Your own fucking personal image isn't important enough for you to keep it real. Right? It makes a lot of sense. And Billy nailed that shit. So Billy says this. He's in the chat right now, and Billy says, oh, he said it. He knows what he said. He's a big boy. He said it. He said, yes, dyeing your hair is hiding your identity. If they do it, there's a lot more behind a curtain somewhere. Same with not cussing. I don't know what that word's supposed to be. Hey, Dage. I couldn't figure out that word. What is it with these Bixby text calls? Never going to answer one. Not even curious. I want that Bixby shit off my fucking phone. I don't want to get a Bixby text call from anybody. What the fuck is that? God fucking damn it. Anyway. I got some video for you today. Jay Buffont did an interview with Kit Cabello, and Kit did an expose on the Chicago publication that supposedly is striking him for copyright. We need to talk about that. I'm just going to say this right out front. It's going to be a different kind of a disclaimer. Okay? The guy who's copyright striking Kit did the very thing that I said was going to happen. 2 days before I said it was going to happen, he did it, and I just didn't know about it. But I said there's going to be people out there who are going to abuse the system, and they're going to strike innocent channels. Now, in Cracked Lens media's case, they're not 100% innocent, but they might be in this one specific case, but they've put out so much misinformation, and I think they should have received some sort of takedown over lying to their audiences. I think everyone should get that. I mean, yeah, you're allowed to lie, absolutely, and free speech, and I'm all for that, but there should be disclaimers when they do that. There should be fact checks and all that shit. And since there's not, how can you just put that material out there and allow people to walk around and off themselves unknowingly? Because they're listening to someone like Kit or Jimmy Dore who doesn't give a fuck about their health or the truth. And I apologize again, I got the Bell's palsy today. Sorry. Broken Lens Media, you like that? I try Cracked Lens too. I like Cracked Lens. I like Blurry Lens Media, Broken Lens Media, No Lens Media, you know, Corrected Vision Media. Let's go, Brandon Lowell. On myself. I keep getting Joe Biden spam. Seymour Cannabis made it on over to the Rumble. Thank you, Randy. Veneers. Oh. Same with not cussing. Veneers. Right. I told Remain not to color hers because I call it a crown of education, a crown of use. Dyeing your hair should be human law. Don't dye your hair. There's people that die so he can get rich. Well, the thing with Jimmy Dore is the more people that live that are his audience members, the more money he makes. He's got a financial incentive to keep his audience healthy. So that just shows you what a dumb cunt motherfucker Jimmy Dore really is. He doesn't get. He not only doesn't he care about his audience, but he cares so much about lying to them that he would see them die and lose business so he can lie. Because that's how important lying is to Jimmy Dore. Does that even make sense? And I'll show you something else that doesn't make sense. And I'm over here telling the truth, and I'm losing fucking viewers every day. And people can't take it. Hey, here's an idea. Turn the volume down. You'll still be able to hear me. Just turn the volume down a little bit if it bothers you that I scream sometimes. I can't stop myself from screaming, man. This is some passionate shit. The problem is this is the reason why you hear the screaming on this channel and nowhere else. Because I don't have a narrative, and I talk about everything, and if everybody else was talking about everything that I talk about, they'd be yelling and screaming too. But they don't. That's why they have a narrative, so they can keep up that facade. You know, that appearance that they're together, and you should go to them as a leader because they don't freak out and they don't scare you and they don't explode. They're selling themselves to you. And all I ever do is push people away. And not sorry. If you've let me push you away, it's your fucking fault. Not mine. It's your fucking fault. Come back. Quit being a little bitch. Ask Randy. Right, Randy? I promise you will get... I had some people tell me that they subversively watch this show all the time when I went to my dad's funeral. They're like, oh yeah, we watch you all the time. I'm like, you never say hello to me in my chat. They're like, and we won't. We watch you invisibly. And I'm like, well, I see the numbers and I never know who the fuck they are. Why won't you tell me you're watching? I think they're fake people. I think they're bots. You mean you're really watching? There's someone there just not talking back to me? I was so fucking pissed. He's like, yeah, I can't type in there, bro. I'm not going to do that. Jimmy Dore's face is face news. He has me blocked like a little bitch. Is fake news. Randy says he's fake news. What? Jimmy Dore blocked you? Randy? Jimmy Dore blocked you? Over what? I'd love to hear this. Like a little bitch. Your own family on here. Laughing my own ass, your own family on here. Yeah, oh no. My cousin who basically disowned me is the biggest viewer of my show. And we're good now. Her and I are back together. Nice and strong, man, which is good. It was my father's funeral that really brought the whole family back together, which was nice. My father has always had that ability. Even in his leaving us, he still has that magnetism, man. He's such a powerful entity, even when he's not with us anymore, man. It's like he's still here. And I could feel the dryness as the proceedings got towards the end. I could feel, the old feelings coming back a little bit from some people. It wasn't as much, though. It takes a little time. And I think the more that transpires in the Middle East, I think the more people are going to realize, wow, he was right from the very beginning, and we owe him an apology. And that's going to happen eventually, and I will. I got a friend of mine, he won't forgive anyone for anything. He thinks he's got to burn every fucking bridge that he's ever built. And I am like, I used to be like that, and I realized I don't have any friends left, and I have to start forgiving and forgetting. And so that's my new thing, man. I forgive and forget now, and the friendship is more important to me. Yeah, thank you, Dave. I told him he better talk to Nay's Garden to get his facts right on the matter. He'd be talking about, he blocked you. Oh, Randy, thank you for that. To anyone who gets themselves blocked by Jimmy Dore on my behalf, bro, I wish you told me this sooner, man. I'll put you in the Hall of Fame. Tough love. Don't be a pussy and wake up so you get told don't run away from the love. Tough love. Right. Hey, freaking Oracle, I almost missed you. What's up, buddy? I didn't see you slipped in there. You're at the very top of the chat. There you are. Right there. Okay, Nick. Yes. He's also trying to attract the main demographic by tanning and dyeing his hair. He forgot about his ballsack face. If he could afford a facelift, he'd look like Simon Cowell by now. Dude, Jimmy Dore can afford a facelift. Do you know how much money that guy must be worth by now? With all the YouTube money he makes? Oh, my God. That guy must have a lot of money. I'm just saying, Jimmy Dore must have a lot of money. Because he sold out. He said he'd sell out for $30 million a year. I think he sold out for a couple million a year. Yeah, I think his price was much lower than he admitted to. You never sell me out, guys. I'm wealthy. You can't fucking buy me. The problem is, it's not that I'm just wealthy. I'm wealthy and I'm not greedy. I'm wealthy and satisfied. I'm wealthy and I don't need an extra income stream so I can, lie to people. Right? So I'm not going to get bought out. That's one of the other reasons why I don't have a narrative. I didn't even think about that till just now. I can afford to be honest. I'm one of the few people who doesn't rely on any revenue from YouTube at all. I'm literally at 0.001 of a cent in my revenue from YouTube. Yeah, 0.001 of a cent. For all the YouTube, for all the material I've got that people watch every fucking day. Dude, I get 5,000 views across my videos. That's the little that YouTube lets people watch every 28 days. I get 5,000 fucking views. And if they opened up my channel so that people could see it, I'd be getting, 1 million views every month. So, with all of that content that I provided for YouTube, for them to give me 0.001 of a cent when they're fucking running ads, and people are spending time on their site to watch my shit, and I haven't got even literally a fucking penny from YouTube in years. So I'm not worried about fucking income. The fact that Rumble sends me $150 every month is insanely awesome. I love it. $150? Wow. In 1 month it was $250 because somebody came in here and tipped me $100 in the Rumble chat. So I got that cash. It came straight to me. So thank you for that. James, hello. I don't know what that means. Guess I'm blocked on Rumble, says freaking Oracle. No, you're not. I just saw you on Rumble. Why would I block you on Rumble, Oracle? You're one of my favorites. And so is every other person that's here right now. All of you are one of my favorites. Understand that. If I can see your chat in my Rumble chat, you are definitely one of my favorites because you are supporting the fuck out of this show. So if you see your name coming up right here, you know that when I look at you, I'm thinking we're pretty good. We're pretty tight. You're my favorite, bro, says Drew. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew. You're one of my favorites too, bro. Thank you. 40 watching whole family in here today. 40. Oh shit, yeah, look at that. It says 40 people watching. Look at that. How many? Yeah, but the true test is the thumbs ups. So let's give you guys a couple of seconds. And let's everybody try to get to that thumbs ups button, whatever you're watching on. Try to give me a thumbs ups and let's see how many thumbs ups the show can get. And we'll see how many people are really supportive. All right? Now I know that people are actually watching for sure, and they're not going to say anything in the chat. What's up, Barry? What's up, Adam? The true warrior in the fight. Yeah, I could talk about a lot of personal stuff from the funeral, but I'm gonna forego that. We're gonna get into what's going on with Blurry Lens Media or Narrative Lens Media, or what about Narrative Lies Media? I like that even better. Killaby, thank you for the emojis. Killaby says, I've been here since day one. I know Killaby has been here for a long time. Ken Phillips, hello. What's up, Ken Phillips? You guys that are watching on Facebook, I'm on Rumble. It's an app that you can download onto your phone, and then you can watch this video from Rumble, and then you'll get this pretty colored chat to chat with. It's rumble.com/user/Nays Garden. I'll give you a link, but the people on Facebook won't see it because Facebook won't let you see links. And that's why I wonder why you want to go watch from Facebook when you don't get the whole show from me. You're not allowed to get. You see the link? See that link right there? You're not going to get that if you're watching from Facebook. The only place you'll see that link is anywhere but Facebook. So you guys should really consider not watching from Facebook and coming on over to Rumble, where I really need those numbers to keep growing. I need you to hit follow too while you're there. Make sure you follow the channel too, okay? I'm down to 824 followers. I'd love to see that number go up today. Hours of my time per day. Thank you, Billy. I know, you and I butt heads sometimes. It's okay. That's what friends do. Because we call each other on our bullshit. And that's fine. And sometimes you're in a bad mood. And sometimes I'm in a bad mood. You know? Sometimes I'm manic as fuck. You know? I get it. Totally get it. All right, let's see where those thumbs ups are going. Woohoo! 13 thumbs up! That means there's at least 13 people watching on Rumble. So I'm assuming there's a lot more because I got the 13 thumbs ups. I figure there's a few people who would never give me a thumbs up that just hate me. And then there's a bunch of people that subversively watch me. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to, you know, they just kind of want to stay quiet in the background. Thank you to all of you. Thank you, guys. Cool. So let's get into this, right? You guys ready to get into it? All right. So, Crypto Kid is buying. The Crypto Kid is buying Bitcoin right now, he says.
Well, effectively what it is very simple. Because me and Kit talked about it after, when Kit actually called me on the phone after, it's sort of like everything that I brought up finally clicked into place, and I was really angry. Because I realized in that moment what Jerry had done.
Dude, Facebook doesn't even believe in freedom of links. You can't even share a link on Facebook. So don't waste your time. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't deserve your time or your money or your support. And tell all your Facebook friends to come on over to Rumble. You know, come on over to YouTube and get off. I mean, don't watch the videos from Facebook. I know you want to talk to your friends on Facebook and interact with posts on Facebook. That's fine. But when it comes time to watch my video, just come on over to Rumble, man. Just come on over to Rumble. Bitcoin, yes, Stage. Yes, yesterday Bitcoin was at 45,000. Now it's about to hit 43 and it's on its way up. Look, guys. It's going to go right through 43. Watch this. It's going to go right through 43. Watch, guys. Boom! Did I tell you? There it is. I told you, because it's going up right now. People are buying. People like the crypto kid. A whole bunch of people are buying crypto, right? Buying Bitcoin right now. So, what happened? Well, it went down, man. I told you, fucking, they were calling for that, bro. I mean, if you listen to my show, you would have heard me say this a million times. These guys are all saying it's going to go down to 41,000. It went down to 40,800. And I was telling you that for the last 2 weeks, man. So no, not Michael Haskey, not Nay, what happened to the coin, bro. It's yo, Michael Haskey, what happened to your ability to listen to my words, bro? Not what happened. You knew this was going to happen. The chances of this happening were very good. And when someone who understands the market way better than me is telling us this is what he thinks is going to happen, I tell you that and I say, well, I disagree. But that's just me being an idiot. And you have to learn to rise above my stupidity and go with the guys that have the experience, especially when I'm telling you these guys are saying this. I don't come on here with narrative, guys. I don't come on here and say it's only going up. I say, well, I think it's going up, but this is what the crypto kid says. And he studies this shit all fucking day, and he's good at it. He says it's going to go down to 41. He's got buy set at fucking 46. He's got buy set at 36,000. He's got buy set at 41,000. He's got buy set at 42.5. We fucking talk about this all the time. I just need for you guys to be listening, so you don't act like you've been cucked all of a sudden. You know? So, dude, did we just go up $400? Holy shit! Dude, look at this fucking buy-in that's happening. Oh my god. I see 50. Bidder saw 50 people watching? How dare they? How dare those 50 people come in here? And 10 people watching across the YouTubes and the Facebooks. So that would be 60 people if it was 50 on, where is that? 46 watching. Wow. So we got 56 people watching. Wow. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I want to get into this video, so let's just listen to what these two have to say about Harlan's getting the strike. Oh, and I told you, right. I told you that someone was going to abuse this system and go after somebody just because they could. And this son of a bitch did it. And now, look. YouTube gave him the ability to do it, so he did it. He contacted me on Twitter. And he's like, dude, the material that he was claiming is copyright, he says it was misinformation. That's what he got struck for. And they're not showing the fucking strikes. So I don't know. He claims it's copyright, but this guy says the thing that triggered the copyright was misinformation that he was putting up. That's what this guy from Chicago, he texted me this morning. He tweeted at me. And all of you who follow me on Twitter, you guys would see this. You'd all be ready and you'd know this. So follow me on Twitter and read the responses and go to my tweets and replies. And you'll see where I replied to this guy. And you'll see him and I are talking. And we want to know, my whole thing is, what was the reason for you to attack the very hand that was feeding you? That's my question for the Chicago, because you know the story coming out of Cracked Lens, Blurry Lens, Blurry Lies, Not Media, is that we were working with this guy, we were promoting him and helping him. We got him on Jimmy Dore, we got him here, we got him there. We were all working together, and then one day he just freaks out. He buys up all the copyright on all of our stuff, and he just starts attacking us and blah, blah, blah. And they make it sound like, and I'm like, they make it sound like they're totally innocent in all this. And I'm like, well, what started this? I mean, he just, one day he was like, I woke up out of bed and said, you know, I just don't like them anymore. And I'm just going to go out of my way to hurt them. It seems like there's something missing in this story, the catalyst. Right? And I want to get to it. I want to find out why this guy decided to do what he did to Hardlens. And you want to know how I feel about it? Hardlens deserves to be corrected. They deserve to be fact-checked. And the fact that they don't fucking fact-check and they don't fucking retract anything they've ever said makes me want to take their shit down. It does. And I hate to say that because I'm a free speech absolutist. But God damn it, YouTube, do your fucking job. Put up a disclaimer. Instead of coming after people like me that are always telling the truth, find these motherfuckers that are putting out misinformation, and instead of letting people copyright strike them, put up a disclaimer under their video and just say, hey, this Kit Cabela guy is a fucking liar. This is the truth. He's fucking lying. Here's the lie. That what he said at this time is a lie, but this would be the truth at that point. Robert Malone is not reputable. John Campbell, not reputable. Jimmy Dore, not reputable. And you could go down the list, and then I would be okay with that, with a little fucking disclaimer at the bottom of the video, and then lie the fuck all you want. But maybe this guy is like me, and he fucking hates the lies that come out of that motherfucker's mouth. And maybe he was just like, this is all I got. And so this is the weapon I have. I'm going to use copyright to fucking bring his lying fucking channel down. And if that's what transpired, I want to know. I want to know if it was over the lying and the bullshit and the misinformation and the Robert Campbell and the masks don't work and this is the government fucking trying to, and just so much bullshit. Oh, and Tulsi Gabbard's being attacked by the Washington Post. Fuck Tulsi Gabbard, that fucking right-wing cunt job. Fuck you and fuck Tulsi Gabbard and fuck all of them. Fuck all your right-wing fucking buddies. Jimmy Dore, all of them. That's how I feel. But at the same time, I can't be sure until I hear what the catalyst was. And until that point that I get the catalyst and find out, well, here's the fucked up part. Here I am again having to defend fucked lens bullshit media. And I fucking hate having to do that. But I'm going to have to defend them on this. So let's watch and let's see what you guys think about what you're about to hear. Check this out.
Because you left and they kept talking after you left, that what Jerry had done is he had cut me out of People's Mental Chicago Corner and gave everyone a tasty treat.
Chicago Corner. That's what they're called.
Kira likes co-ops, so this is going to be a co-op. I don't think Chicago to this day has ever been a co-op. Laney likes radio, so he wants to go on WCGO. Ed follows the biggest alpha, and so he's following whatever Jerry's saying.
Radio's so stupid. Radio is so not today.
Plays out. So now what happens is Jerry.
Like, you want a horse and carriage to go with that radio?
Go.
Fucking idiot.
Hold on a minute.
Jerry already sounds like an idiot.
Me out of the conversation, and you want Kit to agree.
Jerry is the guy who levied these copyright assaults on Cracked Lens, okay? This Jerry guy is the guy who brought that entire channel down. Just so you know who Jerry is.
On his own without me.
And Jerry supposedly used to appear on their show too, was like a partner.
Keep taking money from 99 Perspectives, which is my majority-owned company, without checking in with me. That's absurd. And so, what Kit goes, he just at the spot, it was actually really genius of you, even though maybe.
And this kid that's talking right now, not familiar with him. I may have only seen him once on Hard Lens or something, but he's Kit's partner in that company. And I kind of like the way he talks. I kind of like the way he seems to be very honest. And Kit seems to like hold shit back while he's talking. It's like he talks about things that are irrelevant. Like he was going to talk about one thing and he realized it's going to fucking dig his grave deeper. So then he starts talking about, oh, I had that month. It was so bad. My grandfather died and blah, blah, blah. Wah, wah, wah. But this other guy, he's just the facts. So he's more interesting. And I feel like we're getting lied to less. When, maybe not even at all when we listen to this guy.
Again,
maybe.
You shouldn't have been in that meeting. That's really what it comes down to. Everyone knew that you were not 100%. That's why the meeting was called what it was. And that was unforgivable, frankly, that they all did that. And none of them blinked an eye to this day that they took you out when you were at your weakest. And then they kept going and going and going and going.
And look, I just got to say it wasn't something that I really foresaw happening, and I was again really upset that you and FaZe were not there because theoretically you
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Trendy Orca. You got kicked out of Rumble. All right, Karen, welcome back.
I assumed that everything was good. I assumed but you know what happens when you assume.
How dare Space delay the time he's going to meet his sister for 12 years to help Jerry out for free? How dare he?
Yeah, so, and then there was, of course, the website was brought up, which you mentioned earlier, of course. And look, again, I don't want to speak for people who aren't there to defend themselves, but...
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I just realized that stupid hard lens fucking thing behind them is a green screen. They don't even have a sign, dude. They're just sitting in front of a green screen. It is so funny. They call themselves media, you know, like, look, we've got a big display behind us. We're the media, and we deserve all of the rights that media personnel have because we report honestly on what's going on. Just the facts here.
But I'm like, you know, I didn't say like, hey, these two should have been here. Their names have been brought up, and they should have been here. Period. Maybe things would have been different. Who knows? Who knows?
And again, you were brought in there on a false pretense. You had no idea. Like that, like Ray mentioned earlier, it has nothing. It's like, hey, we have some new ideas. We'll do more interviews, maybe. We'll go on the street more. Because that had been brought up previously.
That probably could have been any. So let's go forward.
Okay. So this is the setup for the coup. And now the coup happens. And so Kit gets back to them
Okay.
after meeting him up and says...
So here's what the coup is. This guy, Jerry, he spoke to all of Kit's employees, and he told them all to come over to his company. And he basically stole all of their employees and brought them over to his... I believe that's what they're saying.
This doesn't seem right. I don't feel comfortable with this, but we have the text, so we'll show it. Yeah, this is the 23rd, so this is a few days after.
You guys, thanks for all the chats in the chat. I love it. Chris B, Craig Allen, Michael Haskey, Orca, thank you guys.
We have some of Jerry's stuff. We're trying to figure out how to trade that back and forth. We're trying to...
And there's a lot of hiccups in regards to just finalizing everything. And
There was no good... This entire thing was not good faith from the start. From anyone seeing these texts, Kira literally whole cloth
4330, 4330.
Apologized to you for. Never apologized to me, never said it publicly, but apologized to you. She just says, Kit, you agree completely that we should start a co-op. So she's saying that Kit is going to betray me. Kit's going to portray the business relationship with Hardlands Media and 99 Perspectives. Kit's going to decide for me to use 99 Perspectives money. Kit's going to agree a month after his
I know how to deal with my shit.
That he's going to make this
4330.
that he's
4330.
that I've been cut out of the...
There we go.
That makes a lot of sense,
There we go.
I'm glad you eventually admitted to Kit that you lied, but that was the conflagration that blew this whole thing up. Because at that point, we had every right to just shut down Chicago Quarter. Because me and Kit knew the day that meeting happened exactly what was going on. We knew exactly what Jerry was doing. Because again, he went from completely in control of Chicago Corner to completely in control of Chicago Corner.
No, I'm not growing.
The only thing that he changed...
No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody.
That he wouldn't owe us anything. He wouldn't have to make a business arrangement with us in writing. He's taking advantage of the point that we didn't have anything in writing with him.
big mistake.
But we're not stupid. And we don't handle betrayal particularly well. So, after that happens... Kit, I know you were basically destroyed by this, because effectively, from your point of view, out of nowhere, your grand...
They said they're not stupid. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, you're stupid. You went into business with somebody, you didn't know what they were about, you don't know what their business... Did you ask a credit report to find out if he ever paid back people he owed money to? You know what kind of a person he was? No, you're stupid. You got involved with a guy that you didn't know. You gave him the rights to do whatever the fuck he wanted. You gave him the reins because you're stupid, and he took advantage of you because he's stupid too. It's just one stupid guy taking advantage of other stupid people. And for you to say you're not fucking stupid, that's laughable, dude. You're very stupid.
Grandfather's just died, and every single person that you knew and trusted betrayed you, starts calling you a monster, starts attacking you.
Now, when every single person you know is calling you a monster and attacking you, the friends that you've chosen to hang out with, the people that you've decided to employ, Is it really all of them that are wrong? This is making Kit look really bad. Every single person. It's almost as if they got sick of his misinformation like I did. It's almost like they hated Dr. Robert Campbell and John Malone as much as I do. Robert Malone and John Campbell as much as I do. And they're like, and Jimmy Dore. They're like, your whole thing with Jimmy Dore and him saying that masks don't work and vaccines are a government fucking, a plot to control you. Billions of people got those vaxes. Billions. You know, you're going to have to show me all the deaths, all the bodies, which you can't do. And of course there's going to be a handful. Of course. And there are. You know, you might even know somebody who's vax injured. You do. I'm one of them. But you know what? I wasn't so concerned about going to my father's fucking funeral. Because I was vaxxed. And I was boosted. And there were people in the funeral that were wearing masks. Not me. But I'm telling you, I wasn't so concerned. Because I figure if I got COVID, yeah, I'll probably be sick for 2 weeks. And I might end up with long COVID, and that'll suck. But it won't be like the worst event of my entire life. You know? And I probably shouldn't be in pain. And suffering. Which, you know, would suck. So, and that's just around that. There's a lot of other shit, like his support for Tulsi Gabbard. We should go watch him defend Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, we should, right now, we should break on this video and just go listen to Kit talk about Tulsi Gabbard a little bit. Let's do that. Give me 1 second. Dude, they love Tulsi Gabbard. Hard dick media. Limp dick media. I like that one better. God bless America. Dude, I hate when this happens. Tell me it's gonna come up, right? There it is. Look at their fucking, their high-tech fucking intro. This is what you gotta do. You guys, this is what you have to do when you have garbage content. You have to come up with some fucking flashy intro bullshit. And let me tell you something. People love this channel. He's got 42,000 fucking 45,000 subscribers on that channel. People love this bullshit. Oh, he calls himself News.
We
Independent
have another
News.
Tulsi Gabbard story, another thing with Hillary Clinton. So, Hillary Clinton has her new documentary coming out on Hulu. Everyone should go check it out. Probably don't. Where she has decided that everything that's ever been, everything that's negative that's ever happened to her is someone else's fault. It was funny. I was just talking to Paul a little before the show about the Skaven, and I actually think that they really describe Hillary like Skaven are these terrible little creatures, these rat creatures that.
You guys, this is Hardlands Media.
Yeah, part of Warhammer lore, Warhammer fantasy specifically. They would be tier
This
races,
content
okay.
sucks so bad.
Anyway, we're gonna have track, but they think of themselves as individuals that
Wow.
are chosen by God that could do nothing wrong, and anything bad that happens is someone else's fault.
Dude, can you get to
I
the
don't know,
fucking
maybe that
point?
Sounds a little bit like Hillary.
Jesus
So,
fucking
let's
Christ.
talk about this article.
Yeah,
So
let's
Rep.
do it.
Tulsi Gabbard on Tuesday
We gotta wait a
criticized
whole
former
minute of your
Secretary
babbling.
of State Hillary Clinton for saying no one likes Bernie Sanders, which of course resulted in
Get to Tulsi Gabbard,
the
dude.
most
Come on.
trending
Twitter
Speed it up.
hashtag of people that said, yeah, I don't agree
God,
with that.
you're a fucking idiot.
I think that maybe she's projecting. I really do feel bad for Hillary. She's always gaslighting. She doesn't realize she's gaslighting herself. And she's going to be speaking that no one likes her. And she's just so mad that Bernie Sanders is getting all this attention. Anyway, with Gabbard seeking to defend her fellow Democratic primary hopeful, quote, it's time to grow up. This is high school. Gabbard said in an interview with WMUR News 9, quote, we're talking about real challenges that our country needs to address and the real need for real leadership to focus on them, not what's going on in Washington in the schoolyard cliques or whatever else it might be. Now, this is interesting. So, again, I'm going to do this again. I've done this once before. This is a recurring theme with Tulsi Gabbard's story. Okay, this is the actual article that I just said. This is all this. This is the quote. This is talking about. Now, everything else I'm about to read, you're going to notice a pattern that is very similar. They go on to say that, Tulsi Gabbard, who, like Sanders, is seeking the party's nomination, is pulling near the bottom of the Democratic pack. She previously served as a surrogate for Sanders' 2016 campaign, really trying to push that. Don't take her seriously on this. She's just a Sanders ally, speaking because his hand is making her speak, and it's not her own words. And if you don't believe me so far with that statement, let's read the next one. Sanders and Gabbard have maintained a cordial relationship during the presidential primary with the Hawaii Democrat on Tuesday using the I like Bernie hashtag to defend Sanders. Now, that's so far now, just those two parts are now equal to the length that they've actually talked about. What Tulsi Gabbard said is, by the way, she's really connected to Bernie Sanders. Next one. Clinton and Gabbard formally clashed when Clinton suggested the congresswoman was being groomed by Republicans. There's some historic revisionism. Looks like they're lying in this article right now because, as we've just discussed in the previous section, she's clearly talking about Russians. But everyone's on the New York Times changed it, so it must be true because the New York Times is lost. The New York Times said gravity didn't exist. Gravity no longer exists. Clinton and Gabbard formally clashed when Clinton suggested the congresswoman was being groomed by Republicans.
Clinton, who I fucking hate more than any other politician of all time. I hate Hillary Clinton so much. She represents everything that every other politician vomits out. Hillary Clinton got it right, didn't she? And cunt lens bullshit media over here got it wrong. Well, didn't Tulsi become... Did she become a Republican? When was this? 3 years ago. Oh boy, was he wrong. Because about a year ago, or maybe two, Tulsi Gabbard, I think, became a Republican. Hold on, let me Google it really fast. She's become an independent. What's up with Tulsi Gabbard's hair? So she left the Democratic Party. This was dated 2022. So this motherfucker got it wrong. She's run away from the Democrats, and all of her policies are Republican. She's a complete Republican idiot. So this is one of the other aspects of cunt lens media that I've noticed about them. They're a bunch of right-wing cunt jobs. And anybody who's going to support a right-winger that's trying to act like she's independent, you know, like a Tim Pool cunt, you know, or a Steve Crowder, or a Ben Shapiro, or a Candace Owens, or whoever the fuck tries to pretend they're independent. And they're really leaning way right, so right that they're fucking Republican. And they're voting Republican. What kind of fucking commentary? You're supposed to be getting this right. You're supposed to be the guy explaining this to people so they understand what's going on. You fucking moron. You take the facts and you twist them around. What good are you guys? You're cunt lens media and you suck. And I understand why this guy fucking hates you, and now I understand why everybody fucking hates you. Now, let me ask my audience. Cheers, everybody. Let me ask my audience. Do you guys agree? Do you guys see? Do you understand that comment that Kit made, where this kid just said, let's see, 4136. Let's go 4025. He said every single person in your life has called you a monster, and they just sit there and they're like, it's like Kit's a cult leader, and that dude is the only cult member left. He's like David Spade in Coneheads, bro.
Kit's going to agree a month after his grandfather's death that he's going to make this big decision, and that he's perfectly happy that I've been cut out of the... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Kira. I'm glad you eventually admitted to Kit that you lied, but that was the conflagration that blew this whole thing up. Because at that point, we had every right to just shut down Chicago corner, because me and Kit knew the day that that meeting happened exactly what was going on. We knew exactly what Jerry was doing. Because again, he went from completely in control of Chicago corner to completely in control of Chicago corner. The only thing that he changed with this change is that he wouldn't owe us anything. He wouldn't have to make a business arrangement with us in writing. He's taking advantage of the point that we didn't have anything in writing with him.
Big mistake.
But we're not stupid, and we don't handle betrayal particularly well. So, after that happens,
Okay, this
Kit,
is
I know you were basically destroyed by this. Because
41. This is 41:20 in this video, everybody. This is the most telling thing. They say it themselves. Now, I just showed you what a piece of shit this other guy is. I just showed you, I think that's the same guy we were just watching, right? I just showed you what a fucking piece of shit he is. That might not be the same guy. It is the same guy, right? Was it? Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah, same guy 3 years ago. Yeah.
Actually, from your point of view, out of nowhere, your grandfather's just died, and every single person that you knew and trusted betrayed you, starts calling you a monster, starts attacking you, and you talk about it. This is something from your
41
point of view.
41:20. This is crazy.
Just died, and every single person that you knew and trusted.
Every single person that Kit knew and trusted. Where are all these people, man? Why am I the one that has to call this motherfucker out on the internet? Why has it got to be me? You know, and Jay Buffon is fucking tossing softballs at this cunt. Wow, Jay, man, you're fucking great, bro. You know, I'm like, at what point, and maybe, wait, Jay, you know what? I withhold that. I haven't watched your entire interview. Maybe you come down on him in the second half. I really only got through, and we'll watch it. We'll go ahead and watch it and we'll give you some, the fair time, you know?
Betrayed you, starts calling you a monster, starts attacking you. And
Why would that be? Why would every single person that knew Kit all of a sudden hate him and call him a monster and start attacking every single person? That's hard lens reporting, guys. Okay, well, I'm going to take their word for it this time. I bet they're telling the truth. I bet you every single person that knew him personally was repulsed by him for some reason. You know, to be as transparent as possible with you guys, the very first time I started watching him, this Kit guy, I liked him, man. I was like, who is this guy? He's making a lot of sense. He's covering the shit that I'm interested in. You know, that was my first impression of the guy. And then he lied to me. He's told a lie. And I was like, well, that's just a flat lie. Don't you realize that you're a liar? You know? And then I started seeing a pattern. And I'm assuming these other people didn't see the pattern as clearly and as quickly as I did because they were maybe getting something out of the deal with him. They were getting exposure, whatever. It doesn't sound like they're making any money at all. But they do have a lot of subscribers, and I'm surprised. I mean, monetization, man. I don't know. Are they not monetized? I don't know what's going on. Why they wouldn't be making money. I think he said he makes $1,500 a month with the channel. It seems kind of low, but how many views do they get? They don't get a lot of views. There's 2,000 views on this video right here.
And you talk about it. This is something that was unforgivable. That will never be forgiven.
So look, this whole year has been a rather crappy year, and I'd rather never want to look back at this year ever again. And I was really upset at the fact that this is happening.
You refuse to look at the past. You refuse to remember your previous mistakes. You're going to repeat them. So he sounds like a dipshit.
Our team is more.
These are people we've known for a decade that didn't for a second think to check in with us.
Wait. And another thing here too.
I met the woman of my dreams in 2023.
Like, look, I get, you know, not only dealing with the loss, but it's still of, okay, if we're in the process of doing this, because they did agree, like, hey, we'll purchase Chicago corn. We'll take it all. Of course, there's a negotiation process, and yes, we come up with terms. We come up with an agreement. But still, there's like this anger. They mostly vindicate towards you.
Yeah.
Which
like countless nothings that I've done all this time.
And-
helping them.
and so it's,
Okay, well, the only problem I have with you, dude, is you totally did a bad take on fucking Hillary Tulsi Gabbard. You did a really bad take, and it seems as if you play narrative, and it seems like you lie. You lie about reality. And let me explain how you lied, okay? The reality of what happened between what Hillary Clinton said, that the Republicans were pulling Tulsi Gabbard towards them, is that you claimed that was bullshit, and it literally happened. Every policy she's espoused ever since this moment that you said this 3 years ago, she's been a right-winger, talking about right-wing bullshit. You got it wrong. I wonder if you ever did a retraction on that. Independent my ass. She's as fucking independent as you are, you fucking cunts.
There's some historic revisionism. Looks like they're lying in this article right now because as we've just discussed in the previous section, she's clearly talking about Russians, but everyone's own New York Times changes, so it must be true because the New York Times is lost. The New York Times said gravity didn't exist, gravity no longer exists, and science no longer holds sway unless mere morals. That's how it is. So we're looking at some Biden level revisionism happening right here, and being groomed by Republicans to mount a third-party candidacy again. Fuck off. Gabbard, who is not seeking re-election to her House seat.
That's your response. Fuck off, because you have no response. You had no response then. It's your response. You're trying to disprove something is fuck off. I say fuck off after I debunk somebody like I just did you. Fuck off.
it was just something I was really it was hurting me because look, what a lot of people don't know, Dan, is that you have been very integral for Hard Lens, and to an extent when 2020 was going on, the creation of 99 Perspectives, which is a story for another day. But like again, people don't realize what you have done behind the scenes and working on everything. So it was a rather insult because look, I'm in front of the camera, okay? You're behind the scenes and you've made sure that the infrastructure is working right, and it's just like, well, come on, he has to be here. But so, anyways,
I assume that dynamic is at 100% both of their choice. I'm assuming, right? But now that I know Kit for what he is, I'm wondering, dude. I wonder if he he tells that guy, yeah, you probably wouldn't be good in front of the camera, so I'm just gonna do that part of it. I wonder if it's like that.
we start negotiating.
And so what's super important in all this is that our former friends, without any... Again, Jerry has no evidence of all the stuff he's saying.
Our former
he literally
friends.
goes, trust me, bro, Daniel's not a part of this. Also, Daniel's trying to betray all of you and stop a co-op from being formed. And everyone goes, yes, that makes sense. I haven't known this guy for 10 years. I don't know that he's really for co-ops. And here's the other thing that's really honestly true. Jerry, this is the saddest part of all of this. If Jerry had just come to us in January and said, I hate you guys, I hate working with you guys, I want to take Chicago Corner and go my own way, you know what we would have said? No. You know why? Chicago Corner was never going to take off with Jerry running it. The channel made at most $10 a month in AdSense revenue. It costs $200 to $300 to run. Every Chicago Corner ate about 15% of the budget of Hard Lens Media.
Wow.
It made more money, and Hard Lens Media went.
What the fuck? Why? God damn! I don't understand why people do shit like that. I wonder if it was an internet-based company.
Went to Chicago Corner, then Kit actually earned from it. Get that through. So when we see this, me and Kit
What
talk, and
the
we're like,
fuck,
okay, well, you
dude?
brought up sales. So I'm running with the idea that Kit bridges off of selling it, and I go, okay, well, how do we do this? And I say, well, we obviously got to give them the assets that are related to Chicago Corner. By the way, I think a more regular person would have just shut down this entire conference. But we were good people, so we tried because we didn't want the Chicago Corner brand to go away.
So there was a. Did you guys notice there was a cut right there? Let's go back. This 44.35. Here's 44.24. Watch. There's an edit right here.
You obviously got to give them the assets that are related to Chicago Corner. By the way, I think a more regular person would have just shut down this entire conference. But we were good people, so we tried.
So, fuck that shit. There you go. There's a fucking edit right there at 44:30. What did you guys say that you were like, no, we can't say that? Oh, okay.
Tried because we didn't want the Chicago Corner brand to go away. Never be good. That's the lesson. And so what we said is, okay, well, what do we ask?
Or did you guys stop the video and have a conversation and start back up again?
Well, it's $200 to $300 a month to run it. So I think we should invalidate the money that we've spent from January to April, which is when this was supposed to be turned over, and that's $200 to $300. We'll take the higher end of that. That's $1,200. So we asked originally, okay, and we were even more fair than that. We said $1,200. We want for Chicago Corner. We give you all the things that we're holding collateral. Remember, we've put in direct money contributions, $6,000 to $8,000 plus $40,000 of our own time into.
Why? What? For what? What did you buy? Where did all this money go into? I just can't imagine what these expenses were for. Can anybody explain this to me, please? What were you giving all this money out for?
This channel. So we're asking for like 20% of the total money we've contributed to Chicago Corner. Again, in reality, just the months that this coup has happened, we don't think that ever since Jerry took out that trademark, every agreement we had was voided. So we say
he took out a trademark on his company, Chicago Corner. He trademarked the name Chicago Corner after him and Kit parted ways. I'm a little confused here.
Chicago Corner is literally just a cost on us every single month. We would have just told him to take it and go. We would have had no issue just giving.
For what? Why won't they say what their expenses were? What are you paying money for? What kind of a business is Chicago Corner? What are you paying?
It to him if he had asked us even once. But Jerry's not about that lifestyle, as you'll learn as we go further in this. So, let's see. So there's a sale. We talk about it. And so, and so they keep trying to negotiate with you. They keep cutting out. There's a whole text message. But again, they know that I'm the one that has to, because they want 99 Perspectives money. But they don't want to talk to me about it. That's really pathetic. So they keep talking to you, and eventually at some point in the text, you're like, dude, you're putting me through more stress. I mean, you talk about that stress they put you through.
All right, so it was pretty much this whole negotiation thing was a big stressful nightmare. I mean, I'd rather have done another tour in Iraq than
Tell them what they were saying. They need to hear this.
Well, yeah. So, anyways, it was more of, oh, you shouldn't be so emotional. We thought you wanted this co-op. I said I liked the idea of it, and look, for me. It just felt like I was just getting stomped on, and I tried my very best to word this. Well, more than that, I was wording it out to a point of like, okay, let's just go with the negotiation process. Let's push forward from here. Obviously, the trademark thing threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, and so that was an issue. It would have been good to know. Always trademark and stuff. So
yeah, he never told anyone he took out a trademark. That would be good to know.
Yeah, and what I have to say was my grandfather passing. It was like, look, I am doing as everything I can in good faith, and of course we, maybe fast forwarding here, we did follow through on our end to be good faith people.
And so what happens is Kit calls me up and he goes, Daniel, this is like too much for me to handle. Can you take over negotiation? Check with me when something's decided, but I just can't be a part of this. And I've never.
Cut again.
I don't think I've ever been so upset.
Yet another edit at 47:32. They cut the video. They cut shit out. It's so weird. Why are you editing shit out of this video?
That on behalf of someone else, as
you're supposed to be sitting here explaining everything. There's shit that you don't want people to hear, and there's a reason for it. You're manipulating your narrative. This is what you fucking do.
Received that call, and so this started me getting added in by Kit because no one else would. to the email chain where I'm like,
Oh
guys,
my
really
God!
disappointed in how all of you have dealt with
Is
it.
that why I'm getting so fat, Tula, from eating grapes? Oh my God! Oh my God! Holy shit! I knew it. So you notice I'm not eating grapes or drinking coffee today. I was flexing for my girlfriend this morning. I was like, "What do you think, baby?" I was like, "What do you think, baby? You look good?" She was like, "Yeah, it looks good." Oh. I gotta get back into it, man. You gotta keep building on it.
That she will not run as a third-party candidate. Okay, again. Tulsi talking
Wait.
about the subject that the article talks about.
How much sugar is in a Hershey bar? Okay, Google. How much sugar is in a cup of sweet grapes?
23.2 grams. According to Medical News Today, grapes. A cup of grapes contains 23.2 grams of sugar, so a preferable alternative is a half-cup serving. A 2021 study reports that the nutrients in grapes offer antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial properties.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I don't get crazy with the grapes. I usually have about, I would think if you took those grapes off of the stem, I'd have a half cup when I have them. You know? It'd be just enough to fill that little bowl. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay with my grape intake. So when I have the grapes, I'm having half of 23 grams. So 12 grams of sugar. 12 grams of sugar. Is a teaspoon. That's 23 teaspoons of granulated sugar. Yeah. 23 teaspoons. I know they're sweet, dude. I know you could taste the sugar. Hey, Kepper. I'm going to have to tell my mom to stop buying me grapes. You were eating the bunches like a pound? You're like, it's fruit. That's why I stopped eating oranges, because they're full of sugar. Okay, Google. How many grams of sugar is in an orange?
There are 9 grams of sugar in one small orange.
Small orange. Okay, Google. How many grams of sugar are in a tangerine?
There are 9 grams of sugar in one medium tangerine.
Oh, yeah. Lots of sugar in that citrus, man. Okay, Google. How much sugar is in a pink grapefruit?
Here are some results.
Okay, Google. How much sugar is in a large pink grapefruit?
I found this on the web.
You're a dumb cunt, Google. How much sugar can we have in a day? Switch to cucumber slices. Oh. Okay, Google. How much sugar is in a cucumber?
0.9 grams.
Way to
According
go,
Mary
Bitter.
Lynn, a half cup of sliced cucumber has almost 2 grams of carbohydrates with 0.3 grams
Till
of
I
fiber.
bite into one of those
There are also
cucumbers one
0.9
day with the
grams of
skin
natural
on it,
sugar in
and I'm
cucumbers.
like, it's so bitter! No! Why? Sugar's bad in so many ways. Yeah, I know. And you know what? I think that's why, you get so many medical problems as you grow older if you consume a lot of sugar. I think sugar feeds every bad thing in your body. You know? Is my mom home? I thought I heard. Oh, maybe that was just the ice maker. Oh, it's the ice maker. So funny. I was like, maybe it's the ice maker. The ice maker's like, yeah, Mom, it's me. I make a lot of noise. I'm an ice maker. I drop ice all day. I'm obnoxious. Melts the ice, makes new ice all day, all night. Melts the ice, makes more ice. Always the freshest of ices. The freshest of ices. Freshest. TC Dubs. What's up, TC Dubs? Gage Lee, agree. Tula. Yeah, cucumbers are good with ranch. Just eat a freaking beet and be Russian again. I'll be a Russian again. I'll eat a freaking beet with a potato and some vodkatsky. Any sugar, even fruits. Let's all go on a sugar strike. Hashtag sugar strike. Hashtag sugar strike. Black coffee. Hashtag sugar strike. Dude, was there a bombing in Iran today? Oh my god, dude. No, no, no. Hey man, see this guy right here? General Wesley Clark? Had him at my house. I met this guy. He's one of the most powerful generals to ever run shit in the history of mankind. He was in control of almost every army that there was at one time in the West. He's the NATO Supreme Commander. I don't know how many countries that was. But yeah, I chilled with that dude. Uh-huh. You guys want to hear what he's saying? Oh, he's talking about a missile strike.
It's in the right position. If you could cue them at the right time, they could stop these missiles. But there aren't enough Patriots to handle all of the requirements there. So this is an ongoing struggle. It's going to cause a lot of pain and grief in Ukraine. And the United States and the West have got to provide the assets, more assets, to enable Ukraine to handle this. And that's very difficult because we're not producing and we don't have any excess Patriot batteries right now.
He was running for president of the United States on the Democratic side, came to my house to record his DNC speech, the Democratic National Convention speech, in my recording studio, which was at that time located in my home, right here in this neighborhood, actually. Came over with Secret Service agents, and they had earpieces, and they were packing heat, and they had to go search the whole house. They had to go through my whole house and make sure that it was totally clear. They cleared every room, and before the general was escorted out of the van that he was in out there. There were 3 vans. It was so cool and official. I felt like I was part of something really cool. General, that's right. Lillian Gish. You've got it. Lilith Gish, or Lillian Gish. She said, you've got it.
This this is like an 80-page like back and forth that this ends up in.
Everything went white again. Why?
But again, the
What's
point
wrong?
is, ever since there's so much evidence. There's so much evidence that we have not included into this that it will blow your mind. This is like the shortest we could possibly make this story.
43051.
We'd be here for 5 hours going through every detail if we showed every single piece of documented proof of everything that we're saying. So I go in and I go, okay, you're gonna get your assets. You have to pay us $1,200, and we will be kind enough to, because remember we set up a bank account for them. We will deduct whatever's in the bank. We're gonna keep what's in the bank account. We're gonna deduct the amount you pay by how much is in that bank account. So they would have ended up paying us like $800 had this gone through properly. It would have been done. It would have been done. We would have gotten basically like 2.5.
When General Wesley Clark came to my house, I'm not sure if I smoked cannabis at that time or not. There was a hiatus. You know, there was 5 years where I didn't smoke, and I don't know if at that moment, if I was growing or smoking or anything, we had to hide things or whatever. Dude, I think there was a grow in that house. I want to say there was a grow in that house, and it was in a closet that when you open the front door, that door covers the closet door that goes into the side closet. It was a big, long closet with shelves in it and everything. And I had a grow in there, and it could very well have been that when we let those Secret Service people in, they came into the home, it might have happened that they didn't see that door. And I can't remember. I can't remember. But I know that that's where the grow was, in that door. And it was a hidden door when you opened the front door. Yeah, for 5 years. I didn't smoke cannabis for 5 years. I had to go to rehab. So, if I figured out when that Democratic National Convention took place, that would have been, I'm assuming it was the 2016 election. Okay, Google. What year did General Wesley Clark run for President of the United States?
According to Wikipedia,
2004.
the 2004 presidential campaign of Wesley Clark, a retired U.S. Army general who served as Supreme Allied Commander Europe, SACE, from 1997 to 2000, officially began on September 17, 2003.
So it was the 2004 election. So, yeah, rehab for that. So it would have been. Oh no, I was smoking. I was smoking when he came over. I'm almost positive. Because I would have been out of rehab 2 years. I mean, not out of rehab. I would have been out of rehab 7 years at that point, I believe. Give or take. I don't know the exact dates. But I can get pretty close. And there's a 2-year window. Pretty sure I was smoking. And I'm pretty sure there was a grow in there. Right on, Kepper. I hope you enjoy your hot stone massage. Yeah, I know, you're looking at my waterfall and it reminds you of your stone massage. You're gonna get stoned before you're gonna get stoned before you get stoned machine. You're gonna
or like 2.5 months of payment back. But that wasn't good enough for them. And one thing we also wanted, because we're actively being betrayed by all the people that we used to know, is we said,
God,
don't
so
want
it's not just Kit. It's cult member, it's cult leader Kit and his little cohort there, Batman and Robin. Everyone turned against both of them. This is very interesting and telling.
99 Perspectives or Hardlands Media to be supporting Chicago Corner during these negotiations. And of course, that's when you were called a turncoat,
Like,
because you were the one that communicated. Remember, I
all this
wasn't part
talk
of the
about
negotiation because I wasn't
schmaggy
relevant,
man.
apparently.
Let's
So
schmaggy man.
this gets to the next slide of evidence. Again, everything past the trademark is icing on the cake from here on out. So this was, I try to cobble together an agreement. I very clear, you can see I have it all pointed out. We're going to give them the administrative rights to the YouTube channel. We're going to give them administrative rights of the Rockfin channel. We're going to give them administrative rights of the Chicago Corner archive, which we set up for them on Odyssey. We're going to give them control of the ChicagoCorner.tv domain. We're going to give them sole control of the Gmail accounts that we're running everything through. We pay an annual fee. It's $480 to get a yearly subscription to StreamYard.
Yeah, correct.
And so we were going to give them, just as a given, that full. They hadn't.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know what that they were paying for that. Okay, so that's one of their expenses. Okay, there's one expense.
Had from that April, they had about 100 days left, so they had about a third of a year left. We were just going to give that to them, which is, again, you can do the math on how much it's valued at. We were going to.
You obviously
transfer
can't.
the remaining bank account within Chicago Corner to Hardlands Media, and we said that we couldn't withdraw our own funds because, again, we're doing the math of the 1,200 minus the bank account, so we don't want them to think that we're going to clear out the bank account. So it's very clear that we're not allowed to do that, and we also say that the same to Jerry as well. And then we said that we would transfer the Rockfin token in the wallet to Jerry at the exact same time, and then he wants, and then this whole thing. They never signed this. They refused to sign this, actually. So we actually, in everything that happened, don't actually have, nothing got.
Yes, absolutely, dear Slayer. That's why I don't leave it up all the time. In fact, it's not up right now. It's disassembled. It's totally clear.
Signed. They just took the stuff because what happened was, Kit was
Just a
convinced
temporary
by
thing.
Kira and Jerry that he's evil unless he immediately signs everything over before negotiations are done on the pretty please promise that they will be in good faith and continue negotiations as they were before this happens. Of course, that was a complete lie. They never meant to do that. This was just a way to give them complete control, because after this point, and we have this proof of email that this happened. So right here, I redacted the passwords in case he hasn't changed them in a year. It's very clear.
29:30.
Basic tiles that these.
Oh my God! I'm
documents
sorry. I
they put
just
in. As you
fucked
might
up.
expect, this labor department gets a lot of really fraudulent claims, such
I'm
as
sorry.
Jerry's.
I just
and so what
fucked
they
up.
do is they have two piles. They have this is a real case that has some real value. We're going to get back to this person in a series of weeks. And then they have this claim is so fake, it's so obvious, maybe in 2 years we'll conclude it when we have downtime. That's the pile that this is clearly in. We're going to get a piece of mail probably in like 2 years from now from the Department of Labor saying that they found us innocent. That's just going to be how it goes. That we were really hoping that when we did this video, we would have gotten that form already and they would have found us. But it's not a real claim, so they're not going to look at it realistically. We want to get to some other points, and then we do have our opinions on this. As you can sort of say, we're trying.
Got video of what? No law regarding cannabis. Everybody cheers. Top of the hour. Noon. Bell's palsy makes it harder for me to blow smoke rings. Oh yeah, baby. AI could release a deadly virus. Loving the waterfall. I'll turn it up for you, buddy. Thank you, TC Dub. Please want some? No, I don't think it is. Cheers, bitter. Cheers, dear. Clear. Yeah, that's a good view. I want to turn it up louder. I don't feel like I'm there.
Privileges, this is a Bitcoin emergency update video because we fell from $45,500 down to $40,500 today. We'll be discussing if I think the price will drop further more and why there may be no need to worry actually. And updates on my Bitcoin active limit orders since actually one of them got triggered and we're in some nice problems right now. But without further ado, let's jump in straight to the Bitcoin price and discuss where we can head next. And just to add, please remember, Michael Saylor actually sold a lot of some MicroStrategy shares earlier on today. Is that coincidence? Maybe not. That's something to mention. Let's go to Bitcoin and discuss what's going on here. So Bitcoin fell from $45,800 all the way down to now $42,250. If you guys remember on my updates on the Telegram channel and of course in the videos as well, I mentioned that if you are in a long position, 45.8K could be a very good place to be taking profits. Now as you can see here, Bitcoin went exactly to this price level and saw a drop in a correction towards the downside. Now in terms of my active trades on Bitcoin, we have this limit order that got triggered at $40,570 over on Bitflex, which is now in approximately 145 USDT in profits. But as we approach closer towards the halving, I will be scaling into this long position with much more margin. And if you are looking for a place to be trading crypto or Bitcoin, by the way, you can check the description down below to get up to actually $80,880 worth in bonuses and prizes now. But that aside, Bitcoin is at 42.1K. It is a crucial level of support. The Bitcoin spot ETFs are going to be announced, whether they're ready for trading either today, literally today. So it's going to be announced today. The market had crazy high funding rates. At this point, it was just not sustainable to keep long positions open. Short-term holders, accumulation was at an all-time high, suggesting that speculative traders, all they want to do was to just take advantage of the current price move and actually just take profit and not really hold on that set for long term. So all of these indicators were bearish, and it did reflect a potential move towards the downside. As you guys remember, just a couple of videos back, I discussed that the CMF was turning down, so the was turning down. However, it's important to assess what's going to happen to Bitcoin coming up towards the actual approval, hopefully next week, right? If we see this approval next week, and Bitcoin starts trading next week over on the spot ETFs and Nasdaq, etc., we may see a more significant correction. Because if we have a look at the CME impact, which was in 2017, and for this, what we need to do is we need to go into bar replay and go back all the way to the 31st of October in 2017. So it's not bar replay. I'm not sure they have this feature on the iOS version, but I don't think I can go back in time. Yeah, let's check again. I don't think we can go back in time. However, the gist of it is, back in 2017, once we had the launch of the CME, which was the first ever financial instrument that enabled the big institutions to get exposure to Bitcoin. Once we had this launch, we saw a correction of 70% towards the downside. But leading up to it, we saw a 220% increase. So in a relative not too big of a correction compared to the actual price rally we had. But it is healthy. It's healthy for us. I think this current correction that we're seeing on Bitcoin is healthy for us. Yes, we may reverse down to the $34,000 level. This current candle today, it's not looking too good. It's possible we come down to 34,000 and you know, collect the $5 billion we have in patience, or we may see it drop to 38K. That is also a possibility. And if we do see this, I don't think it's bad for Bitcoin. Everybody was hyping into it. You know, we were filming it. The FOMO was starting to kick in once again.
I always point this out to you guys.
Media, and now that we've seen this done, I think we've kind of cleared that away. And what I'm just going to be doing is I'm going to be accumulating more Bitcoin.
Here's the problem. Is I get you guys on here and I tell you this, and it's like I don't think you listen when he makes these points, and I say I don't think it's going to do that, but he's saying it is. So listen to what these guys talk about, man, and look at what how they're charting it and shit.
Very hard to keep this as nice as possible. It's very thin. So, first, Jerry failed without us. He failed entirely when he was doing this. He thought, because of right here, that he was about to start making money. If you notice, there's January 23, that's when all this is happening. His channel looks like it's taking off. And this is the time where he would start making money. And that's why he cut us off, because he thought that he was about to get past this point. He wouldn't owe us 25%. And it also shows that, if you look at the live stream of Chicago Corner after this happened, close this out. Kit is now, we know, responsible for 75% of the traffic that went to Chicago Corner, which means that the service we offered Jerry was truly valuable. 3/4 of his viewership is due to people going there because Kit said to, because they left soon after. Jerry's viewership has tanked and tanked and tanked, and this is with the co-op, quote unquote, that I don't even think they're on the board. There's no radio show. Everything Jerry said was a lie to them. He made them promises he knew he didn't keep, because the point wasn't to get Kira on board, to get Laney on board. It was to take them away from us. But again, they were already leaving. We already knew they were already leaving. That's why Kid was already planning to do a morning show. It's like, professionally, this didn't affect I said, directly financially, if you don't count all this crazy legal stuff we've been talking about. This was actually fantastic for Hardlands Media, because it proves that Kit offers a really good service. And I want to put out, ever since they've left, Hardlands Media is 4 times as big. So here's something to remember. When they were all working with us, we split revenue between Kit, Laney, Kira, and whoever. Again, Jerry was the exception because he wouldn't sign paperwork. And then a face for editing. That was splitting between people $1,500. I made no money. I think there's maybe a couple months I paid myself on. A couple of months I was paying myself for being on Hardlands Media. But I basically did Hardlands Media for free for 7 years. And then, on top of that, Kit was making at most a couple $100 a month. And most of it was actually coming from 99 Perspectives Reacts, which Reacts is to make.
That was funny. He just got disappeared by the goddamn green screen.
Because it was supported by 99.
He's a ghost.
Kit has really brought the channel into its own. That's one of the reasons I've not come off. Maybe at some point in the future, now that this is sort of cleared up and this cloud isn't hanging over us, I'll come back maybe on Fridays or something every now and then. But I think
Door's always open.
I know you always invite me, and I always say no, because I just look at what you've done by yourself, and I think it's incredible. And I think that you're doing great. And I don't want to get back to the point where you're splitting revenue with people when you're making enough now to actually live. I'm not there yet myself, but I mean, if there's one person who's sacrificed their income for the history of this company's history, it's me. And I'm really happy that we now have 3 people who aren't terrible people that are working for us, that are each making a living. I'm still working on getting myself into that spot, but we're getting there. And so without these people, Hardlands takes off, Chicago Corner falls apart, almost as if we were operating the same way we said we always would. And Jerry never could succeed even if he wanted to. Then we get to the next part. This is who Jerry is. This is Jerry's strategy at life. I want to point out, if you look at the date, I'm going to find it here, right here. Okay, if you remember, when did all of this start? At the very end of 2022.
Mr.
What happened
Beast
to
hanging out
Jerry
Nandor the
at the
Relentless.
very end of 2022?
Water sounds have
He
lower blood
lost an
pressure.
appeal he had against
Really?
Kickstarter for defamation. So I'm sure for the doubtless nothings that they've done. I'm sure he was trying to sell his walking stick with an umbrella at the attached to it. This is not the only case. Right after Jerry sent us these documents, he then opened up a lawsuit against the city of Chicago for giving him a parking. You've looked into this more than me.
Oh, he's a serial sewer, that guy. That's fucking... They got hooked up with the wrong dude. You know what? Kit got taken advantage of. This guy got taken advantage of by this guy, totally. And they admit it. This guy suckered them. And that guy's an abusive user, definitely, for sure. They thought they were helping this guy, and he was just fucking... Oh my god, he was just a predator.
Yeah, there was a situation with a parking ticket or whatever, and it's just come on. It had. I think it had to deal with his parking ticket not registering, and of course that's now ongoing. But then, of course, us later on getting that thing from the Illinois Department of Labor, it was just. I just
He sued New York. He sued LA. He sues everyone around him when he doesn't get his way.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just fell into a trap that had always existed.
And so yeah, so this has been
Same with
a
watching creek. I love
wonderful
going out in the creek.
roller coaster of a ride. That
I love going out in the creek. Let's go creeking right now. Here we go. Let's do this. Gotta go out in the creek, everybody. Let's turn that volume up. like the way the sun's like on the top of the dam on the left side. reflecting off the water there on the rock. It looks so pretty. We die of it, community, with all the amenities. What? That's been a while, huh? Thank you, Greg. What do you mean funny? I don't know. You said it. You said it's funny. Talk. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. He said I'm funny. Funny how? Well, like a clown? Like, amuse you? With the drive-thru. They fuck you with the drive-thru. They fuck you. They fuck you with the drive-thru. That's what you need over the sound of that waterfall. It was a nice breezy day that day. That's really cool. See the banana trees blowing like that. Those are the only banana trees left. The other ones are starting to grow back. The two youths, Your Honor, excuse me, what was it that you said? The two utes. Yes, that term, ute. What is a ute, exactly? A ute! Two utes! Oh, youths. Yes, utes. That's what I'm saying. That Utes. What's wrong with this guy? Best dressed podcaster on Rumble yesterday. You clean up well. Thank you, dear Slayer. Dear Slayer. My dear Slayer, 1959, yes. Bears chew on them. Yeah. The Bears pull them out of the ground, man. Like, they love them and just, Yeah, they drag them across the ground and just, you can just imagine they're on top of them, just grinding them into the ground while they walk with it, basically, just kind of following it as they push it across the ground and make a track across the ground. 30 feet long, bro. A bear did that to one of my banana trees. Scarred the ground, man. Down the street, a bear clawed this tree, bro. It looks like Freddy Krueger came to town. It's mortifying when you can see what they can do with their claws. They fuck you with the Rumble chat. That's what they do. You come in, you chat, and then they fuck you. They fuck you. They fuck you with the Rumble chat. That is what they do. They fuck you. buying more Bitcoin. Holy shit. Dude, Michael Saylor is going to buy probably $200 million worth of Bitcoin. Wow. Yeah, we're just sitting here. I'm sorry, man. Hey. Let's ease this out of this waterfall sound here. That's nice. There's a nice manual phase in this one. It's an easy fade out there. Take it to just the right level. Just the right level here. Still hear it. I think that's good. Hey there, Mastermind Hour. Yeah, man, we've actually been live for 2 hours, and you know we watched some stuff, Hard Lens Media stuff, and I gave it my opinion on it. And then we watched the Crypto Kid talk about, you know, his prediction of where Bitcoin is going. And I have the ability to, you know, look at you know, different cryptos here. This is Harmony. It's 1774, which would be a great place to buy Harmony if you wanted more Harmony. If you thought Harmony was going to go back up to 2 cents, you would make some money off of that purchase if you got Harmony. You know, even if you were getting it at 18, you make some good money right there. I guess this is a big rejection at 45, probably 5 mark. It's getting rejected at $3.75. Oh shit! It got up to 45.5. It got up to 45,500, but it got rejected. So it tried. It finally got up that high, and when it did, it got rejected. Big drop after that. Hey man, it's lunchtime, guys. Kepper's like, Kepper's all leaning in. The waterfall gets quieter as Kepper goes. So I guess we could smoke a dab if you guys want to smoke a dab. Or you guys want the waterfall? Were you guys enjoying the waterfall? We can bring the waterfall back up. We can do the best of both worlds. We could just have the conversation at the creekside. Conversation at the creekside with Nay in the garden. You can see the banana trees growing in the shot, which is great. Can I see them from here? I could say this. There is probably just a little bit of branches that I could cut back and I would be able to see. What 2 things can be true? What are the 2 things that are true? Yes. I mean, a million things can be true. A billion things can be true. Billions and billions and billions of things can be true. Billions and billions and billions and billions, 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 billions. Billions, billions, billions. Ooh. We're gonna do it down. I'm gonna do it. Oh, you're gonna do a dive there. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a dive. Well, alright, I'm just gonna get that dive ready. Do your torques there. Get burning, do dive. You gotta do dive. That's what you're gonna do. You're doing dive. Oh, I see that. You're doing dive now. What kind of content do you want? Bad Cookies 123. Gang gang, gang gang. Roses. Roses. Gang gang, gang gang. Roses. That's what Bad Cookies wants. Oh, Craig, boom! Craig's all like, thanks. Yo, Pinoy, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Good afternoon to me. Good morning to you. Yes, yes. Oh, gonna do dive. Oh, look that. Oh, what you gonna do there? Gonna do some dive. All right, let's see. This is at 3:10, so it's got to be 4:10. 4:10. That's the one. 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 10 seconds. Yeah. 2 hours. Boom, 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 boom. 4 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. 10 seconds, just 10 seconds. Well, that's it. Time. No longer gonna get him through the river. Greystone Mastermind Hour. I went in hot on that one. Yes, I went in hot on that one. Dude. Hello everybody, how's it going? Thank you for joining my show. Please give me a thumbs up while you're here, and don't forget to follow the channel for more completely riveting waterfall footage. I'm joking. It's not really what the show is about. But we are enjoying it right now, aren't we? Let's turn that waterfall footage up. Louder! Listen to the sounds of the waterfall. It's such a beautiful sound. Oh my God. I'm only listening to it through that one Bluetooth speaker. And I don't know how many speakers are in that Bluetooth speaker. It's probably 3. God, it sounds good. And I don't know what you guys are doing. Oh, it's so... I just want to listen to it. Play a song on the acoustic to the water. To the sound of the waterfall. Well, I could be a wreck and she's ready to blow. On Mississippi, she's calling my name. Catfish are jumping, that paddle wheel pumping. Black water keep rolling on down just the same. Oh, black water keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, keep on shining. Oh, black water keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, keep on shining. Oh, black water keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, keep on shining on me. Keep on shining your lights. Gonna play everything. Everything will make everything alright. Ain't got no worries, 'cause it ain't in no hurries at all. Well, there Illinois grower 710. Thank you so much for the $1 donation in the chat. What? Dude. That's not often I get a donation. Even if it's a chat. I like it to say thank you. I like it to say thank you. Yes. I put it on the screen of the flower. I put it on the screen. Now look at this. Is it a flower? Let's show on Rumble. What? It's time for the one time for me to tell you that that is the Foo Fighters. That's the Foo Fighters. I'll figure it out. What if I said I'm not like the others? What if I said I'm not just listen to are great Creekside songs. Benjamin. Thank you, Benjamin Patterson. That's very nice of you. I really appreciate that. Great, great Creek song. Why did I used to know this? I can't remember. I had the right tune. That is the correct tune. Let's make the picking. There it is. same old thing. Ain't no food up on the table. There ain't no pork up in the pan. Oh, your daddy not complain, boy. You get in trouble with the man. That's the midnight special. Shine a light on me. That's the midnight special. Shine a light on me. That's the midnight special. Shine a light on me. That's the midnight special. Shine a light on Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. How you guys? Seriously. Hope you had fun. I'll see you on the next show. Bye everyone. Bye. 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 Bye.